What's up, guys, and welcome to the very first episode of Grease's Garage. Brand new channel for me. I appreciate you guys taking the time to check it out. Couple things you can expect from the channel. Shop tutorials, general maintenance projects on bikes like this. Those of you who are riding old choppers, you know they need a lot of work, so we'll be going through some of the basic stuff to keep these things on the road. In addition to that, you'll be seeing some ride-along videos of trips that we take over the summer. Come camp with us, ride with us, get to tag along and give you a little bit of the behind-the-scenes look at the chopper community. And then last but not least, we'll be doing some fabrication videos for people who are interested in getting a little more involved or taking their next build just that next level above what they did on the last one. We'll be going through some of the fabrication basics to make your project stand out a little bit more. But before we get into all that, let me give you a little bit of background on who I am. I am a welder, fabricator, and chopper builder right here in southern New Hampshire. Out of this, my home garage, I run Faro Fabrication LLC, which is where I help other chopper builders create the bikes of their dreams. So if you've got a project or something that you need a hand with, you can hit me up on Instagram at Faro Fabrication. Shoot me a message, let me know how I can help you with your next project. In addition to that, I am the co-host, along with my brother Loctite, of the Low Life Chopper podcast. You might have been listening for the past 5 years. We've been putting out a new episode every single Friday of chopper content, builders from across the world, updates on what we're doing, customer projects that come in and out of this shop. You can hear it all over at the Low Life Chopper podcast, and you might recognize the logo on the tank right there. So, best place to jump off now is to give you a detailed walkthrough on what's going on with this bike back here. So we will bring you guys in and show you some of the finer points of it. All right, guys, so let's give you a quick tour of what we are riding this year. This is a 1994 Harley Davidson Fat Boy. Obviously does not look much like it did when it started its life. It has since been cut in half. This right here, this is a hardtail section from Road 6. Swapped that over. That's actually made for a shovel head, but was able to modify it to fit onto the Evo. The frames are actually not all that different. The motor, this is a stock 80-inch Evo motor. It had just did a top end this past year on it. The front cylinder started to get low compression, so just had to do rings in a hone. Didn't have to go overboard, didn't have to swap the pistons, still factory pistons after about 50,000 miles. So super happy with the performance of this Evo motor. Carburetor on this guy, this is a Super E, like God intended. Love this carb. This is a Speed Dealer Customs Velocity Stack, and that thing has been working out awesome. Just threw that on toward the end of the year. The ignition on this guy, points ignition on here with the transmission from a late model shovel head. So this is Cowpie transmission. This is a kick-only motorcycle. That's part of the reason I converted to this transmission. Really depending on this kicker to work. Didn't want to rely on an aftermarket kit. And the points work fantastic with the kicker. As soon as I threw those things in, came right to life. Never had any issues with that. So the pipes, these are $50 pipes I got off a guy on Craigslist. Ended up modifying them. And as you can see over here, once you cut into chrome and you ruin the chrome, that's kind of it for it. So there'll be a stainless exhaust getting built for this guy. Really excited about that project. There'll be another video to come on that. Sissy bar, stainless steel, 5/8 rod. So very chunky sissy bar. Plate mount down here at the bottom. Welded right onto the sissy bar. That's been working out fantastic. On this side of the bike, the B side, we've got open belt primary. This is a BDL kit right here with a foot clutch and jockey shift setup. A little Low Life jockey shifter on here. This is actually welded right onto this is the stock linkage piece down here, this section here, aluminum piece. So I ended up making the shifter out of aluminum so I could weld it right on there. Let's see, foot clutch setup. I'm a stickler for a nice foot clutch. And as you can see on this one, you can work that with one finger. Very, very smooth setup. This is made out of a ratchet handle, so it has absolutely no flex. You could push right down here at the far end of it, and you get absolutely no flex in that arm at all. Running the floorboards, it's a lot easier to work the foot clutch with a nice, comfortable place to rest your heel. Big fan of the floorboards. Got these aftermarket plug wires on here, which people tell you will shock your leg. They tell me I should be dead by now. Should have been electrocuted multiple times. Surprisingly enough, it's never happened to me. I don't know what people are talking about when they say that. So if you're into these plug wires, don't be afraid of it. Go ahead and throw them on there. This is what they look like up close. Let's see, up here, this is the stock oil tank that came with the Fat Boy. Horseshoe oil tank. Absolutely love this thing. No real reason to change it. You can see over here, this is stainless rod I made to convert it over to foot clutch. Stock rod ends like somewhere along here. So I welded this piece of stainless to the original linkage, bringing it over to here. And this is just a threaded rod that runs the length of it over to the foot clutch. And when you push the foot clutch, pulls the transmission arm, rock solid setup. Converted to chain drive when I converted it over to a hardtail. So no issues with the chain. This seat right here, this is a pan here. Let me bring you around to the other side. This is a pan I made here at the shop. And the seat was upholstered by my younger brother who runs Hyde Seats. It's H-Y-D-E Seats. He did the little pattern there to match the gas tank, the old Low Life Chopper Podcast logo on the tank. But this whole color scheme is going to be going away. But still a big fan of the seat. The mount, I love. Just got one bolt in the back, and then right up here in the front, as you can see here, you've got this little 90-degree piece. This little hole in the frame, pop that thing right in there, swivels back down, and now the front can't lift off. One bolt in the back, and you're off to the races. So this is the bike. You'll see this guy back on the road this summer, but some more fabrication stuff to come on it in between then and now. Really looking forward to bringing those videos to you guys. But we'll go ahead and close this one out now. We'll jump back into the shop. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this introductory episode of the channel. Like I said, more videos to come. Points installation, exhaust fabrication, full bike teardown, and you'll be hanging with us in the garage for the whole summer. Next build season, you get to see it all, little behind the scenes action of what's going on here in Southern New Hampshire. So appreciate you checking out the channel. If you like this video and you're looking forward to these other ones we talked about, go ahead and subscribe, send it to your friends. Let's spread this thing around and get some more content for you chopper guys out there. All right, we'll see you on the road.